I have been joined by Congress senior leader from Uttar Pradesh and former Union Minister Mr. Salman Khurshid to talk more about the situation which is panning out in Lucknow. So, first and foremost, your reaction to what we are seeing in Lucknow today. Two meetings occurred, one by Mr. Mulayam Singh, another by Mr. Akhilesh Yadav. The information which is coming from sources that more MLAs and leaders have reached Akhilesh Yadav's place than that of Mr. Mulayam Singh.
Well, I have several reactions. One is that this is very sad that something like this should happen to a party that's a vibrant party. It's a party that's we have vigorously fought against in the past, but a party where personal relationships should sour to an extent in a family that's the dominant family of the party. The whole party should fall asunder. It's sad because it has implications for democracy, and it has implications for politics at a time when politics is under a tremendous amount of stress. So the first thing I would say is that this is sad, and I join with any number of people who still continue to hope that there will be some kind of a reconciliation and a patching up of differences. But having said that, it's interesting. It's an interesting sight to see a whole host of people come to the support of the young chief minister. It's interesting as a phenomenon to understand that people have a sense that there is a future with a young man who's in his own best possible way has tried to run a good government, given the constraints under which he worked, and that it appears today that the majority of party workers of the Samajwadi Party are flocking to him. For him, it must be a very ironic situation that you're drawing people away from your father, whom I'm sure that he continues to respect and will continue to respect. But ultimately, the political message seems to be that people want to be with the person who has a long future and a promising future.
So, talking about a young person, we are hearing that Mr. Akhilesh Yadav is also in touch with Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the Congress Vice President, and there can be alliance on the cards.
Well, I think the formal statement that's been made by the General Secretary in charge, Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad, is really a kind of let's wait and watch. We don't know what exactly is the situation and how the situation will evolve. Certainly our message is that there should not be a divide in the secular vote in Uttar Pradesh. And Uttar Pradesh will be a defining moment for politics for many years to come. But whether there is a possibility of an actual alliance or some arrangement between the secular parties of Uttar Pradesh, it's perhaps too early for anyone to say. Certainly, I would not be authorized to even speculate on something of this nature. Let's see how things pan out and how things develop, and then the Congress Party, I'm sure, will take a very serious look at what the future is.
But what about the cordial relationship, the connect between the two leaders? How do you see it? Two young men, one in Congress, another in Uttar Pradesh, trying their level best to push the development agenda? Because what Akhilesh is pushing is somewhat what Rahul Gandhi had said during his Kisan Yatras.
Well, clearly, people of a generation tend to flock together. They are both people with a clear future. They are young. They come from a very good professional background, and they've come to politics from a professional background. We do hear that they have a good working relationship, to the extent that there has been contact between leaders, and there is contact between leaders. But whether that will fructify into something more substantive or more substantial, I think is a little bit early to say. Let's watch. Let's see what happens. I would imagine that instinctively they both are positioned in a promising position, promising sort of picture of where UP should go, because as you said, the development agenda is the core for both of them. The backdrop of professional background is common amongst them, and it's the new generation, so it's fresh thoughts, fresh ideas, and fresh energy that both of them have. And I hope that somewhere along as we move forward, these could converge, and that would be good for Uttar Pradesh.
Right, a final question, sir. Samajwadi Party leaders and also some of the leaders from your party had said that it's BJP which is behind the mess.
Well, frankly, Bharatiya Janata Party seems to be seen around wherever there is trouble, whether it's Arunachal Pradesh or it's Uttarakhand or it's Uttar Pradesh now. There are a lot of stories that are floating around, and the BJP's own conduct does not inspire anyone to think that the BJP will remain aloof and will not interfere. They are greedy for power. They want to control everything around them. In modern language, you might call them control freaks, which is what they're trying to do with all other political parties. I think that there are murmurs of resentment even in Tamil Nadu. So wherever there are troubled waters, you find BJP present somewhere. So I can't think that anyone would give them a clean sheet on their involvement.
Well, that was Congress's senior leader from Uttar Pradesh.